There's no doubt that air shows bring out some of the highest technology in aviation. At AirVenture 2009 in Oshkosh, Wisconsin recently, an air show that brings about 500,000 spectators, more than 2,500 show aircraft, and more than 10,000 personal aircraft, U.S. Customs and Border Protection brought out some of its high technology in aviation. But when you're speaking of high technology in aviation with CBP, there's one acronym that comes to mind, the UAS. The arrival of the Predator B unmanned aircraft system marked a historic milestone in CBP aviation history. This was the first time that an unmanned aircraft has ever flown into Oshkosh and displayed at a non-military public air show. Flying into Whitman Field in Oshkosh, Wisconsin for AirVenture 2009 was a symbol of progress and public outreach for CBP. With the UAS on display at the air show from July 29th through August 3rd, CBP pilots were able to raise the awareness of the aviation community about CBP's UAS program and helped address misconceptions the public has about unmanned aircraft technology.
Really impressed with the flight time that they had. To be able to put this plane in the air for over 20 hours. It just goes beyond my comprehension.
For the first time in CBP aviation history, the UAS was presented to the public not only for demonstration, but for open dialogue with CBP Air and Marine leadership and air interdiction agents. Arriving from Grand Forks Air Force Base in North Dakota, the operation to get the unmanned aircraft to Oshkosh was a complex process for the CBP pilots. Launched from the Air Force Base in Grand Forks by CBP pilots at the UAS Operations Center in North Dakota, the remotely piloted aircraft was soon picked up in flight by CBP pilots at the UAS Operations Center in Arizona and flown by satellite into Wisconsin airspace. Once the aircraft reached Oshkosh airspace, CBP pilots in Arizona handed off flying duties to CBP pilots on the ground at Whitman Airfield in Oshkosh, who safely landed the aircraft and set it up for display.
To have the first unmanned aircraft land at Oshkosh, the largest civilian air show in the world, is very significant for a couple of reasons. The largest is the ability for CBP to educate the general public and also the flying public about what unmanned aircraft systems in the national airspace really mean.
CBP pilots fielded literally thousands of questions from air show attendees about the advanced aircraft technology and capabilities, the way it patrols the U.S. southern and northern borders, and how many aircraft are operating in the United States. CBP air interdiction agents fielded all of the public's questions throughout the 5-day air show and were able to give great information to the curious public.
There might be guys hiding in the trees or something, and then a UAV can fly over and pinpoint a laser, and to the naked eye you can't really see it, but if you put on night vision goggles, it looks like God's pointing a light down right on them so they can walk right up and trap them.
Probably the number one question is, how far away can I be and fly the airplane? And my typical answer is, anywhere there's a satellite footprint on the face of the earth, I can fly it. And you see their eyes light up like, really? Yes, this airplane can pretty much go anywhere a satellite sees.
No matter the weather conditions, the CBP unmanned aircraft system was a very popular attraction at Oshkosh AirVenture 2009. According to an AirVenture 2009 report, the CBP UAS was ranked as the most photographed aircraft at the air show and one of the top 10 show highlights. From Oshkosh, Wisconsin, I'm Michael Pope for CBP Frontline News.